Hey, in this replay video, we're gonna redo a trade called Rising Devil. So we're gonna play the Rising Devil on a ticker called SOUN. SOUN sound this morning dropped about 30% on some news that NVIDIA sold all their share they had in this company. So that bring a lot of volume, a lot of volatility in that specific ticker. And that's why we saw the price here, as we can see on my chart, drop from about $15 a share all the way to 11 this morning. So let's see how this specific Rising Devil strategy trade played out this morning, how Andrew was able to capitalize on that one, and the exact way you want to execute this strategy. So the first thing you want to do is on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we want to start marking some interesting level of potential support or resistance where the price might bounce or reject. So this is the first step we want to do even before the market open. So on my chart here, the first level I'm going to mark is at 1244. It's the previous level where we saw the price finding some support multiple times. And now that the price is under that specific level, we're going to see if the price decides to push all the way there and turn that previous support we had into a resistance. The other level I want to mark will be right here at 10.25. So this is a level that we found some resistance about a year ago. And now that we're over that level, if the price decides to sell all the way there, maybe there's a potential that the price will bounce on that level and start going up. So this is the two main level we mark. So one is over the price and the other one is under the price. So let's see if during the day, during the morning session, the price will either bounce to 1244 or sell all the way to 1025. All right, so the market is currently open here. The way you want to play the Rising Devil, the first thing you need to pay attention to is the gap down. So you want to see a stock that's been gapping down during pre-market at least more than 5%. In that specific ticker, we saw a drop of 30%. So this is definitely in play for a Rising Devil trade. So you want to see the price action in the pre-market having a trend like this going down. And what you want to see after that is the price starting to creep back up to the VWAP. By the way, the VWAP is the blue line I have here on my chart, the volume weighted average price. So you want to see the price move back up close to the VWAP, and then you want to enter short for a continuation back down, so to see another leg down. So let's see if we can see the price action move back towards 12, towards the VWAP, and then we'll be interested in playing it short. So we just entered short here right after that first 1 minute candle. So basically how the Rising Devil trade works is that you had a lot of people that were short either from yesterday or from the open from the pre-market this morning. And with that initial pop we had here, there will be a lot of people starting to cover their short. So after all those people start covering their position, that's when you want to go short in preparation for another leg down, which is exactly what we're seeing right now with the rejection that we had around 12. So in this specific trade, our stop loss is just over the VWAP. So we had an entry here. This is our stop loss. So this is pretty much our risk. What we're trying to target for a first partial will be 1R. So about 11.2 where we're moving right now. So we're about 1R in profit here. So we're going to start to scale out of our position by covering our short. So here we just covered 2,000 share from our initial position of 10,000 share. We have an average price of 11.79 in that specific trade. So let's see if we can start moving lower. So right now we're approaching the pre-market low where we'll be interested in taking another partial. We just need a couple more cents here. All right, so we just covered some more here right at pre-market low. So as we can see, the pre-market low is the level we had right here. So it's the place in the pre-market where we found a little bounce, and now we're actually starting to move under that pre-market low, which is a really bearish sign. So we're definitely on the right side of the trade. And now we'll just wait for further downside to start scaling out more of our position. So we're seeing really nice increase of volume on the way down, which again is a really positive sign if you're short. As we can see, while we went down here with those two previous 1 minute candle, the volume was increasing nicely. So this is a really good sign that there's a lot of weakness and that the sellers are in control here. So the next target we'll be interested in partialing some more will be around 10.6. So let's see if we can move about another 30 cents here. All right, so we're having another leg down here as we're making new lows of the day. So really good sign. We're just waiting for that 10.6 level to start scaling out more of a position with another 2,000 shares. So we're scaling out more of a position here. Really nice leg down we're just seeing right now with, again, nice volume increase. So this is a really good sign. Next place we'll be interested in partialing some more will be around 10.5. And eventually we're going to even target all the way to $10 a share if we can make it there. So far, beautiful move down we're having. We're seeing a lot of weakness in sound with the volume still increasing on the way down. So let's be patient here and see if we have further downside. We already realized a nice profit of about 5.5K here, as we can see on the right part of my screen. We'll still have a nice unrealized of close to 5,000 as well, with a remaining of 4,000 shares. So we're scaling out more of a position here. We're just seeing another really nice leg down, and just by looking at the volume, we can see that every time we see some red candles, the volume bar is higher than the white candles. So that means that every time we're moving down with more conviction, with more volume, and every time that the buyers are trying to push the stock up, they don't have enough momentum to actually reverse the price. So this is exactly what you want to see in terms of VPA when you're on the short side. So again, since we already took some really nice partial here, our stop loss is now at break even. So the profit we already realized it's locked in, is protected. So if the price decides to reverse on us here and going back up, and move towards our break even at 11.79, we're going to get out of the trade, cut the remaining of our share, and walk with a really nice profit. But this is pretty much the way you want to play the rising devil trade. So first criteria, you want to see the stock gap down minimum 5%. In that case, we saw a gap down of 30%, so that's perfect, definitely in play, especially when you have stocks that are gapping down related to some news. Then by looking at the pre-market price action, you want to see the trend moving down, like we saw on sound really nicely this morning during the pre-market. Then at the open, you want to see short people starting to cover their position by seeing the price moving back up towards the VWAP. And then as close as you can from the VWAP, you want to take it short with your stop loss just over the VWAP. And then you're targeting another leg down and starting to partial at minimum 1R. So again, that was our risk here. That was our 1R first profit target, and we were able to capture the move all the way down to around 2R here. So that's exactly the way you want to play the rising devil trade. And with this specific example, we saw that with around $100,000 position, we were able to capture almost like a 10% move. So this is a really powerful strategy, specifically on stocks that reported earnings that have a lot of volatility and volume, like we saw this morning on sound. And Andrew was able to take exactly that trade the way we played it together today, and that's how you do it. So I hope this video was really useful, that you learn a lot about this specific strategy, how to execute it, and we'll see each other in the next video. Cheers.